Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of May I Scraplift You. Today I am scraplifting a layout from work to scrap, and I am turning it into a double page. I am rotating it so that central band that goes down the middle is going to go across the middle of a double page layout. I'm using a bunch of Jen Hadfield products today. Pardon me. They matched my photos really well, and I have had them in my stash for a little bit, so I wanted to go ahead and get those used. So they aren't super old. They are probably from last fall, although this plaid piece is from One Canoe 2, and it is quite old. So mixing and matching just a bit. I only had one sheet of that floral paper. At least I only had one sheet with me. I am away at a retreat when I'm making this. So I just cut it into 3-inch strips, and then the plaid I just cut in half so it's 6 inches wide so that it creates that central band. And then I took some black paper and cut it into about 1-inch wide strips, and I am using my favorite border punch. It's a scallop border, and it is from X-Craft or Do Cuts. Or X-Cut or Do Crafts. Oh my goodness. That is the same company, X-Cut and Do Crafts. I'm not sure which one is considered the parent company, but the punch says X-Cut on it. So there you have it. And last time a friend asked me about it, I was able to find it on Amazon. If I can find it, I'll throw the link down below for you, if that's something of interest to you. It is a nice punch because it is a larger scallop than a lot of like the other ones that I have seen anyway. So I'm pretty happy with the way that this layout is coming together already. I know in the inspiration piece there were several layers kind of going down the center. There were at least several pieces of paper, and then I don't know if there was actual stitching or if it's actually faux stitching. It was hard for me to tell. And my sewing machine has taken a dive and needs a little bit of help right now, so I didn't have access to my sewing machine or any sewing machine at the time that I was creating this layout. In fact, I am just voicing this layout a couple days before it goes up on my channel, and my sewing machine is still down for the count. I'm going to have my mom take a look at it. She is much more adept at fixing it than I am. But she has an injury right now that is preventing her from doing that. So anyway, so I have these 4 photos. That is my daughter in the upper right hand corner, and they are playing some games at this leadership conference that she attended through her 4-H group. And so I am just basically capturing the day at this conference that they were at, and the fact that she was attending the conference and that sort of thing. So I did make my own thickers, and I used these really large alpha dies to create the word Cal, and I just used the pattern paper on top of some black or white foam. I can't tell if it's black or white, and I don't remember off the top of my head. And then the letters, I'm using 3 different fonts actually to create this title. It's going to read Cal Leadership Conference. And so leadership is in its own font, and Cal is in its own font, and conference is in its own font. So lots of font options out there. I do believe the one that says leadership is a paper rose die set, and I believe the one that says Cal is also from Paper Rose, and then the conference one is from Elizabeth Craft Design. Now, if I will go ahead and put links down below for all of the products that are available on this layout, or at least the ones that I can find, and hopefully that helps you out if you are interested in purchasing anything. So there is the title. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a little glue on the back of my hand. That is, to me, the easiest place to go ahead and have the glue because it's very close to my working area. My hand is going to be right there. I'm not going to set anything on top of my hand and get glue on it like I would if I put it on my acrylic block or something else. So this just seems to work well for me. And, you know, when you were a kid and you put glue on your hand and wait till it dries and rub it off, I mean, the same thing applies here. You can do the same thing. It's easy to clean up, not a problem. And like I said, it's very handy because it's right there. So I'm just trying to figure out where the center is. That's what I was kind of working on there. And I'm working from the middle out so that I get the spacing correct. I don't mind if it's indented a little bit in the front or at the end of the word, but I don't want it to be like a big gap at the end of the word because everything is right left justified or anything. I want it kind of all centered, if that makes sense. So I'm liking the way that looks. Those letters are not popped up onto foam. Those are just on just the pattern paper, and it looks like Cal is up on white foam, which makes sense because I have it up on, or because I'm putting it onto black paper. Now I'm just going to set my acrylic block on top to kind of hold everything in place while it dries, because sometimes those foam letters like to kind of like cup a little bit and then they don't stick all the way down, and just a little added weight of the acrylic block really helps to kind of like until the glue sets up. And the glue sets up very quickly. I'm just using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and that it doesn't have any problem like drying quickly. It's not it's not something you have to wait a long time for, is what I'm trying to say. Those tags that I'm using, those are from Rosie's Studio. Let me see if there's a name on them or a collection. It just says Craft Tags, Rosie's Studio, Rare and Beautiful. I don't know if that's the name of the collection or what, but that's what those are from. And then the ephemera is from Jen Hadfield's Peaceful Heart. And of course, everything has a huge white outline, which really annoys me. So I'm going to sit here and just cut around all of those leaves because I don't like that big white frame around all of the leaves and the flowers. I think it looks ridiculous. I understand why they kind of do it sometimes because it makes it easier to get their printing correct. You know, if they're not perfectly centered or whatever, it's not such a big deal. But, and I'm not sure if that's actually even the reason why, but that would make sense to me. But it's really annoying because who wants all of that extra white? So lots of fussy cutting. So I'm liking the way that this is looking so far. I decided to not have my embellishments overlap my photos at all. And I really kind of like the way that it looks. Sometimes usually I do have them like over the corner of the photo, but in this case I decided not to. And that's probably because I have a lot more straight edges in those tags than organic edges like circles or florals. Now I do have circles and florals in the fact that there is the wood piece and the florals are on the outside of the tags, but the portion that is right up next to the photograph there are more straight lines. So I thought it looked a little nicer to not have them touching or overlapping. And then I am popping up the heart and then this bundle of flowers up onto some foam tape, and I'm just using the cheap foam from Walmart. In the kids craft section, it's adhesive on one side, and then I just use my liquid adhesive to adhere it down to the page, and I don't have any problems with it. At least so far I have not had any problems with it. And then I tuck that pen under the leaf a little bit just so it looks like it belongs there. It's not laying right across the whole top of the flowers. It makes it look a little more natural. And then I'm going to work on this cluster on the left-hand side. And I have plenty of writing area because of these two tags, and actually could write on that wood grain piece as well if necessary. But I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. This is something that my daughter's going to have to go back and write some information on, because I was not there for the entire thing. I was there for I think the last day when I did the pickup. And a little funny story, interestingly enough, I believe this was at a place north of San Francisco, and it was like a conference grounds, and the last day they decided to serve the kids tuna curry surprise. Yeah. I think the surprise was that they expected kids to eat tuna curry. I will tell you, I mean, I don't have anything against tuna or curry, but together, I'm not sure that I would like it either. But I've never seen so many kids eat salad in my life. There was no salad left and no rolls. They were there, but there was a lot of surprise left. So I just thought I'd share that because it was kind of funny. It's like, I don't know what these people were thinking. These are a bunch of teenage kids trying to be healthy or something, or I don't know, unique. And then I pulled out some of my enamel dots. That's what those are called. And I get those from Gina Marie Designs. They're relatively inexpensive for that entire sheet. They're like $2.25 or so for an entire sheet of enamel dots, whereas most companies, they're like $4.99 or up. So, and you don't even get as many as you get on this sheet. So I just pulled out the white ones and decided to use those to embellish or to finish off the embellishment areas. And that is pretty much going to do it. Oh, no, I'm going to add some little twine to my tags because, you know, we got to finish those off. I don't want them to have their little holes left undone. So I decided to just go with this kind of like a, I don't know if it's not really jute, but it's kind of like that kind of a twine versus a baker's twine. And that is pretty much it. If you enjoyed this layout, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up, and I really appreciate the time that you guys take to spend watching my channel. If you have questions or comments, please leave those down below. I am always happy to answer any questions that you might have. It might take me a little bit of time to get back to you, but I do read and respond to all of my messages. So thanks again for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another May I Scraplift You video. I will see you then. I hope that you have a great day, and don't forget to check out everyone else playing along. The links are down below in my description box. Thanks again. Bye-bye.